The videos posted by Weaverbeats are a significant part of this abuse trolling problem, and quite a few people who have attacked me were directly quoting things he has been saying and referencing in his videos. He apparently likes to stir up controversy in order to get clicks on videos. Now that is fucking rich coming from this guy. That is rich. The hypocrisy. Sir, you were the one who posted the first video about the teenage engineering copyright strike.
And again, most content creators, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but myself and pretty much all the main synth channels, we're only going to review stuff that is actually good.
No. Why would you only review things that are good? People need to know what's bad also. So I saw this video last night. You guys may remember the whole teenage engineering thing. It's been the main topic of the channel lately. Then we had Scott Synth stuff saying he's gonna quit. Apparently now he's fucking blaming me, but we'll get to that in a minute here. The place where I saw that he was blaming me actually was in the comments of this video. So we're gonna watch the video first. The synth community is toxic.
The synth community is toxic and we need to talk about it. What's up, my name is Devin Belanger, aka Miles Away, and I've unfortunately been wanting to make this video for a while, ever since the whole Ben Jordan fiasco with Polyend, and then most recently the same kind of thing happening with Scott's synth stuff and teenage engineering.
Okay, so first thing here, the internet is toxic, okay? It's a big portion of the internet that is toxic. Twitter's toxic. A lot of communities are toxic. Like skateboarding is toxic. Things in real life are toxic. He goes on to say the pedal community is not toxic. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that's interesting. I pre-watched a little bit of this video. Sorry guys, sorry.
Due to the mistake he made on his channel. So in this video, I'm gonna outline why I feel that the synth community is unfortunately uniquely toxic compared to other comparable hobbyist or music related subgroups.
I strongly disagree. I would say it's no more toxic than any other community. I don't know. I would say there's communities that are more toxic too.
Groups and sub-communities. And then I'm gonna go into a couple of points of what I think we can do, both as the audience, as consumers of the content, but also as content creators as well. Because at the end of the day, I mean, if you're watching this video, you're probably like me, you love synthesizers, you love this community.
Hate them. Absolutely hate them.
But I think at a certain point, we just kind of have to look at what's going on and be like, this has gotta change. I'll start off by just briefly outlining the kind of situation that unfortunately seems to keep happening, and I'll use the recent example of Scott's synth stuff. This has been covered in depth, so I'll just go over it really quick, but...
Bro, I really made a video saying this is my last video and proceeds to make more videos. Who are you talking about? If you're talking about Scott, that was from his motorcycle channel. We'll get into that later.
He made a video that had a false bit of information in it by mistake around teenage engineering's copyright policy.
So one thing, I'm gonna be a little more harsh towards Scott because he's going in the comments and blaming me now, and I think I was very charitable to that man. All right, like in the first video, all I really said was this is wrong, this is all wrong. Okay, I didn't call him names. I didn't tell people to go do anything. I didn't do shit. And the main reason I wanted to be like, hey, this is wrong, is because the video was blowing the fuck up, dude, and it had false information in it. Like, and I feel like that's a very fair reason to do that. Is it not?
He later corrected that video, but the damage was already done. A whole bunch of people were doxing him, posting...
Okay, wrong. Absolutely wrong. Jamie, pull up the video. Whole bunch of people were doxing him. A whole bunch of people were doxing him. Well, let's look at what Scott said here.
I had somebody who tracked down my cell phone.
Did he say a whole bunch of people were doxing him? He did not say a whole bunch of people were doxing him. It was one guy. So one guy tracked down his cell phone. Then we have this guy here saying a whole bunch of people were doxing him.
Sorts of horrible, rude memes about him and just basically insulting the guy and...
Horrible memes about him. Like, these guys are being fucking babies, dude. There's a whole bunch of horrible memes about him. This one meme right here that calls him a fucktard. That probably had like 3 likes on it. A bunch of horrible memes. Like, if you want to talk about toxicity, first of all, you need to stop exaggerating. You need to stop lying. You need to take accountability. Like, you can't go out here saying shit that's wrong and then wonder why people are toxic. You gotta stop, like, trying to make a mountain out of a molehill, okay? Be accurate about what happened, okay? One meme. It was one meme, okay? One meme in a fucking niche Facebook group. This is nothing, dude. What the? I get memes made about me all the time. I see people talking shit about me all the fucking time. Who cares? Who fucking cares?
Just basically insulting the guy and making his life miserable, leading him to...
Oh, making his life miserable, dude. It's so horrible when people talk about me on the internet. Oh, I can't take it. But I post public videos. But they're talking about me on the internet now. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? Yo, Weaver, I exposed you lying about this dude and you deleted your comment. LMAO crash out. No, I deleted the comment because I realized like, oh, I'm not gonna convince anybody here. That's not crashing out. And how did I lie about him exactly? Let's see what this lie is here. If anything, I think I was charitable to him once again here. Once again. Look at this. This is the horrible lie. He also stated he's quitting YouTube because of the toxicity. I would personally take that with a grain of salt because he has quit numerous times in the past. He has quit numerous times in the past. Okay, so I'm just saying, hey, if he's saying he's quitting, you know, maybe he's not that serious. Because it literally says, I think I'm quitting motorcycles there. How am I fucking lying? How is that a lie? Quitting after decades. I think I need to stop doing this. It's a fucking clickbait problem, dude. Like, you shouldn't be saying you're quitting shit if you're not quitting. What is the lie here, Carl? What is the lie exactly? I said he's quit numerous times in the past. I didn't specify which channel. This is your gotcha moment. It literally says, I think I'm quitting motorcycles right there. How is that a lie? Like, if you took that a different way, I don't know what to fucking tell you. I deleted the comment because I figured it'd be better to stream about this instead of posting in some random video.
Jordan example from a year ago where, again, summing this up really quickly, but he essentially didn't disclose in that particular video, I guess, well enough that he has a relationship with Polyend, even though he had in the past, and he did a...
Like, you're talking about whining, but you're raging about all this. I'm calling out the bullshit. That's what I do. That's basically what I do, is I call out the bullshit. If whining about bullshit is whining, then so be it.
Gear review, people basically called him a shill and just started to just flame him until he ended up quitting the gear side of his channel. Obviously, his channel has grown exponentially, so...
Now, the reason why people get called shills is because there's so many people advertising things and not stating it, or advertising things and just not like being authentic, essentially.
Probably for the best overall, shout out Ben. But yeah, I guess where I'm going with this, because I've experienced similar things, obviously to a lesser scale, but there's just an inherently toxic part of the fan base in the synth community, which we really need to address. And again, I'm not saying everybody is. I have a wonderful community here. Shout out if you're watching this video and you're not toxic. I genuinely appreciate you. And again, I want to make sure I'm very clear on this. I love the synth community. I feel blessed to be a part of the synth community. And chances are, if this video showed up on your page, then you do too. And I think why I'm making this is we all want to make this community better. So let me start by saying why I feel this is a unique problem, or at least relatively unique to the synth community. So those of you who don't know, I came from the EDM world, where I was a professional artist under the name of Miles Away. I did a recent video kind of explaining why I separated the channels. But basically the EDM...
The funny thing is too, if all the toxicity went away, this would actually become a much worse place, in my opinion. Basically, like, part of the reason why people like me need to exist in this space is because otherwise, there's just going to be people doing paid reviews, which there are still, but there's definitely less of them. There's going to be people doing paid reviews. There's going to be people lying about things, faking things. Music production YouTubers, music YouTubers, some of them want to just be able to do whatever they want. You know, they want to be able to do whatever they want. And when they get called out for it, they're just like, oh, this is so toxic. You're so toxic.
For all the flack that it sometimes gets, is not at all like the synth community. When you post a song, even if people don't like your song, the comments are usually constructive for the most part. They're really kind, and most people in the comments are getting along, sharing.
It's always a we need bullying people who can't take it. I get hate comments all the time. I don't give a shit. So if anything, I don't know, how does that prove your point, Carl? It's always fuckers named Carl, I swear to God.
And it's just overall a very wholesome community to be a part of. Similarly, because of my work that I do with effects pedals and work with effects pedal companies like Walrus Audio, Marist, Strymon, whatever, I am pretty active in the guitar pedal community as well. And the guitar pedal community, it's also a gear community, not at all like the synth community. A great example of this is a YouTuber, I'm forgetting his name, I'll put it up right here, made a video that had some incorrect information about the cost of procuring pedals, and JHS Pedals, Josh...
This guy was very nice in the response to him. I did see a portion of this. He's still got a lot of shit though. Like, I would not say this community is not toxic at all. Like, I would just say the guy responding was not very toxic, the JHS Pedals guy, because that video got downvoted to hell. People were shitting on him so hard, dude.
procuring pedals. And JHS Pedals, Josh Scott, one of the big pedal manufacturers, great dude, great channel, basically created this really nice response to essentially
mic stand community. Is that a thing?
Stop people from being toxic towards him, and transparently just kind of went into the entire detail of how much it cost to make the pedals, corrected him where he was wrong, offered to send him some...
Corrected him where he was wrong. That sounds a lot like I did with Scott's original video, but that's not toxic, right? Smell a little something, dude.
Free pedals basically for the damage that he had done by trying to disassemble his pedals to see what was inside. It was honestly a really sweet video, and the guy's channel, to my knowledge, is still going. He made a video correcting his mistake, and people moved on. You don't see the same level of like just pure vitriol and doxing and like people quitting.
So, okay, you're cherry picking examples here, right? That guy could have easily quit. He could have turned around and be like, you know what? I can't take this anymore, right? Also, doxing, like this is at least to my opinion, this is one of the first instances of doxing, like that I've heard of. It's just cherry picked. These are two different examples. One example where like, oh, this is really bad, and one where this is perceivably not as bad. Which is just mind blowing to me. It's actually insane. So again, not defending doxing, not defending harassment. You should not dox or harass anyone. It's crazy. It's crazy. You don't do that. Nobody got doxed. That guy has a studio address on the internet, I'm pretty sure. If somebody called him or whatever, that's fucked up. You shouldn't do that. All right. But where I take issue with it is trying to blame me when there's no proof of that. That's fucked up. Also, if we're going to talk about doxing, like I've had some guy try to dox me before too, a long time ago. So it's not like I think I'm like above it, because it's happened to me before.
Start first from the audience perspective of why, if you are feeling, sensitive or feeling like called out by this, I kind of want you to, because don't do that to people, man. Like seriously.
Well, I mean, if you're feeling called out for doxing people, then yeah, you probably shouldn't. You probably shouldn't be doxing people.
If you are watching this video right now, or you're watching Scott's synth stuff or Ben Jordan or whatnot, chances are you have an interest in synthesizers. And these people, I can promise you, because I am one of them, we get into this because we love synthesizers. We get into this not because there's some like, tinfoil hat conspiracy about getting rich off of SynthTube. Trust me, it's not at all like that. If there's more interest in this video, in this topic, I can go into more detail in the future of like the actual breakdown of like how the economics of SynthTube work if people are curious. But for today, all I will say is that trust me, like I solemnly swear, we are all doing this because of our love for synthesizers and the...
Oh, come on, dude. Come on, dude. You think Busyworks Beats is doing this for the love of it? His first fucking video has him chilling a product that he made. See, part of the problem too is there's toxic positivity. There's people who they think they should be able to do anything. They think that everything just needs to be all flowers. Nothing can be bad, Nothing can be bad. Oh, if you're criticizing a plugin, that's bad. It doesn't matter if it costs 5 times more than what it should, right? Another thing that's interesting too about this guy, check this out. So he also sort of posted an I quitting video like 5 days ago. The future of this channel, the end? I found that rather interesting too. Really makes your noggin start jogging, right? Okay, like you wanna like address toxicity, maybe stop fucking clickbaiting to such a high level. Like there are different ways to be toxic. Not all toxicity are through mean comments. Like there are way more ways to be toxic than there are just people leaving mean comments, or people reacting to your video.
Of them are doing so at a negative loss to their time, like using people like Matt Johnson, for example, or like honestly, not trying to brag, but my time is better financially spent making miles away music than it is filming tutorials on how to make pads, right? If we're doing this because we love doing it, then really like think about...
Will I end it all? I'm going to end it, guys. I'm going to end it. That should be the thumbnail. I'm gonna end it all.
Who do you want to stay in the community? Because the more toxic we get, the more people will leave, where it's like, it's just not worth our time anymore, right? So think of it this way. Do you want SynthTube?
I mean, okay, maybe there is a little bit of a point there, but at the same time, some of the people leaving, I'm not gonna say Scott, but I'm sure some of the people, I'm not talking about Scott in particular, but I'm sure some of the people that actually like end up leaving, they're leaving because they can't get away with certain things. I mean, I'm sure there's people quitting for a variety of reasons.
Who do you want to stay in the community? Because the more toxic we get, the more people will leave, where it's like, it's just not worth our time anymore, right? So think of it this way. Do you want SynthTube to be only paid infomercials from actual companies where they're getting some guy at Guitar Center?
See, that's kind of part of the problem that people have at the moment. Like there are so many people that there's just so much money is like so shoved into it. Like people doing, you know, integrated sponsors and stuff like that, paid reviews and stuff like that.
To demo a really, really bad sounding lead patch on a video.
Like that's kind of the problem people have, is it feels like that already on some channels or on some videos. And don't get me wrong, sponsorships, that's fine. Sponsorships are cool. But when it's only sponsorships, when it's only paid reviews, it's just not authentic anymore, you know? Like that's one thing I get sick about Instagram with, like when it comes to music production. Like I'll open up Instagram.
I call BS on Devin's VID, man. It's all about them Benjamins. It always is.
Thank you, Charlotte. Appreciate that. Let's see. Fuck, where was I?
To demo a really
okay, yeah, like that's one thing I get sick about with Instagram is I'll open it up and it's always somebody promoting a product, you know? It's just not real content, dude. It's just not real fucking entertainment, you know? Having people constantly fucking shilling some product to you.
Bad sounding lead patch.
And I guess that's kind of why people like my channel, like the entertainment or the news, basically. Like, because I'm basically just trying to entertain people for the most part.
On a video, or do you want people like Matt Johnson, the freaking legendary keyboard player from Jamiroquai, posting free tutorials and free videos?
They get sponsorships. You get $10 tips for hating on people. It's different hustles. I've had a sponsorship like 1 or 2 months ago. I can get more right now. There's people reaching out to me all the time.
Videos for you to watch. That is just amazing. Like,
don't you have the option to unfollow users who are selling things you don't like? It recommends stuff to you even if you're not following them.
I'll never be as good of a musician as Matt Johnson, and the fact that I can go on his page and check out his
oh, thank you for the I already thanked you.
Demo of a synthesizer before deciding if I want to buy it for free is amazing.
And like this is a part of the problem here too. Carl's like the gift that keeps on giving. They get sponsorships. You get $10 tips for hating on people. Do you think everything I do is hating on people? Like I would like to meme about that right now. I'm like, no, I hate on plugins too. But no, seriously, like a lot of it is like justified criticism too.
From a content creator perspective, what can we do? I think firstly, being more like honest and transparent about the background and behind the scenes of this is really a good start. Like,
I agree with that. I think like one thing is like people need to stop doing paid reviews. That's one thing I don't like about Mixbus TV. He actually like knows his shit, but then he'll have him try to sell you a product that you got paid to sell you. And it's just like, well, fuck, dude. Like, I don't, why do you have to do this? Why do you have to do this, dude?
For example, you know, most content creators of a similar size or much bigger than me, we have relationships with brands, right? And, you know, economics of how things work, we are sent stuff for free, usually, to do videos on. And, you know, most of the time money doesn't change hands. If it does, obviously, you know, any content creator will really make sure you're telling people that.
His idea of content creation is riling up comment sections with a video called Analog is Gay. Who does that? That sounds funny as hell. I kind of wish there was more people making videos like that. That's funny. That sounds funny, dude. That's part of the problem with music production YouTube in general. Like, it's just boring. A lot of it's just boring. Would you be more okay with them product showcases rather than calling them reviews? Sure. I think another thing is how you disclose it too. For instance, if you're doing an integrated sponsor video, you should try to make it very clear to your audience that they should try out the product themselves and that you demoing the product should not be the only deciding factor in whether or not they buy it. Because there's a lot of shills and scammers to call out. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with people like with the whole this is toxic sort of thing. Like, sure, there is a portion that is like, yeah, that's toxic, okay? Like harassing people, commenting a million times on their shit, sure, that's toxic. But making memes though, I don't know. Making memes, I feel like that should be fine. I don't really see how that's really toxic. But then there's also like stuff where it's like, okay, that needs to be criticized. And if you kind of just file it all under hating or toxicity, then it'll actually become a much worse place, okay? Just for the audience. If anything, the audience is probably going to shrink. Are death threats toxic? Of course. But don't threaten me with a good time.
And again, most content creators, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but myself and pretty much all the main synth channels, we're only going to review stuff that is actually good.
No. See, this is a problem, dude. See, toxic positivity here. Why would you only review things that are good? People need to know what's bad also. We don't just need you jerking off the new fucking synth, right? How's that helping anyone? How's that fucking helping anyone? That's not helping anyone, dude. Like maybe the people who were like weren't sure if it was good, sure. But people need to know what's bad too. If they don't know what's fucking bad, then they might accidentally buy what's fucking bad.
Just like Ben Jordan said, not to the same level, but I get so many random emails in my inbox from brands.
Yeah, I get these too.
On AliExpress and just absolutely like
they're like, hey, do you want to promote our new standing desk? I'm like, I already have one. I mean, where did you get? How did you get this email? How did you find me?
Trash products where they're offering to pay me money to review them on the channel, or, you know, talk about why you guys should buy this like MIDI keyboard that's mass manufactured in some factory with some brand name you've never heard of. We're not doing that, right? And if you are doing that as a content creator, please stop, because that's the kind of thing that fuels.
Have you considered this, sir? Be honest. Be fucking honest. You can review those products, but be fucking honest. That's the problem. You can review bad products, but just be honest about it. You don't have to. It has not crossed your mind. You could just say what you actually feel about it.
Feature music and sound on Sound magazines when they reviewed the gear.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of a problem too. Like, see, part of the thing is when it comes to reviewing things, some people don't want to mess up their relationship with the company. You know, they want to make sure they can get reviews in the future, or sponsorships in the future, or they want to make sure, you know, that they're going to send them the new thing when it comes out.
That's the kind of thing that fuels this whole hatred towards the people in the community who most people just enjoy watching and enjoy listening to. Finally, I think that a really good thing we can do, and I'm kind of, you know, rambling right now and kind of going against my own point, but I think as content creators, we can also emphasize posting more music. I think I'm guilty of that, where I just notice my talking videos do better.
Spoiler alert. People don't want to watch people make music, okay? Music producers don't want to see people make music after they spend 4 hours making music. They don't want to get on YouTube and then watch 4 hours of people making music.
I save my Miles Away releases for the other channel now, but I'm going to really try to just start posting more music that utilizes my existing gear, because I definitely understand the sentiment where the economy is bad, and, you know, we're really trying to be in this whole, like...
What's up, Noir? Bias magazine reviews, you rang. Yeah, you did a good video on that.
Questioning our consumeristic culture mentality, and it can be kind of daunting and tough if you're just watching video after video on the next new thing and why you need it and the thumbnail, like that, right? So...
why does everything have to be like good though?
I'm definitely going to commit to this year posting more videos, regardless of how they do, of me just jamming on my existing synths, because at the end of the day, why I got into this, and I'll recap on this, and why I think so many other influencers did too, is not to sell you stuff, but to literally just inspire and share our love for this amazing community and these amazing instruments. But I'll leave it there. You know, this was totally unscripted, so I'm sure I missed some stuff. I'm sure that it wasn't quite as...
Definitely missed some stuff here. I think there's more conversation need to be had about reviewing things that are bad and saying they're bad. It's just people just need to be honest, you know? People just need to be honest.
As compelling as if I were to script it YouTube style and get ChatGPT to edit it, but that's just not who I am.
And I'm also saying don't just be purely negative either. Like, just call it like you see it, you know? Call it like you see it.
I try to be authentic, and yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. And again, yo, this is the call to action. Like, guys, just stop being toxic in comments. If
making music for hours kills your channel, that's what it is. Yeah, no, it does. People just don't want to see that, sadly. I mean, it'd be great. Like, the only time that really works is if you're like actually like really popular, you know, or if you like have like a real name, you know, like you know, Nick Mira is able to do it, but he still does like tutorial type content. John Makes Beats does it. Like, you can do it, but you have to, like, there has to be a reason for people to care.
someone says something that you truly disagree with or you hate in a video, comment respectively. I absolutely love when people comment and say, hey, Devin, hey, Miles, like this was incorrect. I want to correct you, or I disagree. This synth filter is really good. You just didn't use it properly. Here's what you should do.
Some people would consider that toxic. Hey, what's up, Chicano? How you doing, man? Let's see.
Best comments ever was I literally got corrected in the Rev 2 video where I said I didn't like the way that
John Wayne is a legend.
worked, and the top comment was like, hey, have you tried this tip? You missed it. Because that's how we all get better and we all learn. But anyways,
The Wave Wars are great. Yeah, the Wave Wars are going to return soon. I should get a pretty good paycheck from YouTube this coming, in a couple weeks now. I could probably like fund the fucking prize money finally.
Talking long enough. If you're still with me, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next much more positive video.
All right, show the comments. Okay, so interesting thing here. So Scott's synth stuff said he was quitting, right? 3 hours after actually I think it was 2 hours after the video was posted. It's probably just hasn't rounded up yet. He posts on this video. Well, maybe he didn't say he was gonna quit watching YouTube. Okay, anyways, hi Devin, you couldn't have said this any better or more eloquently. You got it 1000% correct. We do this for the love of synths and give back to the community. I will say that honestly though, like, if nobody was making ad revenue Would any of us really be doing this? I don't know. I don't know, man. Let's be honest. Like, it's a little bit ad revenue. If it wasn't ad revenue, you wouldn't have posted that video about the teenage engineering copyright strike. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I like me some ad revenue too. I will say that I've been absolutely heartened by the 2,000 plus comments that have been posted on my quit video. It's almost making me think about coming back. He didn't say that part. Those comments have been absolutely overwhelmingly positive, supportive, and kind. Those are the people I do this for. The thing is too, like, I'm a little questionable about the hate this guy was receiving. There was no hate on that video. My question is, what is it about synthesizers that generates this particular subculture of hate and trolling and vitriol? It's not anything specific to synthesizers. I feel like you should know this because he has like a motorcycle channel too. Maybe there aren't a lot of maybe the motorcycle community is actually positive though. I don't know. I feel like that's like really niche. It really depends on the hot takes you have too. If you don't really have any hot takes, I think you're gonna experience a lot less, you know, toxicity. Why does it exist? What is driving it? An interesting topic. Thanks for posting this thoughtful and reasoned video. So he actually pins the blame on me here. Which I personally took issue with this because I feel like I've been very nice to this guy. About as nice as I possibly could be. Okay, so somebody mentioned to him how he quit before, essentially, right? You're obviously basing that statement on the false information given out of context by the recent Weaverbeats video. I would say it was pretty in context here. I just said he quit before. I didn't say which channel he quit on. It was just like a quick thing, like basically me saying like, I don't think this guy's really gonna quit. You know, or I don't think it's like he's actually gonna quit long term, which that's not even like a hate thing. Right? I'm just saying like, hey, you don't gotta worry about it, you know? Do not be harassing anyone I talk about. I even say right before it, you should not be harassing anyone I talk about. Like, this guy's a fucking cry bully. This guy's a goddamn cry bully. Strongly condemn their actions. You should obviously not be. Hey, listen to this. Listen to what I'm saying here. But hey, if it was someone from my community, I strongly condemn their actions. You should obviously not be harassing anyone I talk about in my videos. He also stated he's quitting YouTube because of the toxicity. I would personally take that with a grain of salt because he has quit numerous times in the past. So somehow I'm lying here about that, right? Somehow I'm lying there about that. He says, I think I'm quitting motorcycles. Okay? It's clear it's not about his main channel. I'm just saying, my point is he's probably not really going to quit long term, which is, I think that's a fine thing to say, right? Like, it's not even trying to be like an expose. Like, it's more so being like, you know, don't worry, this guy's not actually going to quit, in my opinion, which I feel like is pretty fucking charitable. I even said, like, do not harass this man. Like, how gentle do you want me to be with you, right? Yeah, even when he said I quit, he said until I feel like coming back. I'm not really gonna get into like whether or not I think he's like faking that whole thing. Like, I'll take him at his face value there, you know. I'll take him at his face value. Like, it's whatever. But like, I just feel like I've been super nice to this guy, and like, at least in my opinion, like compared to how I could have been, you know. And for him to like try to pin this on me afterwards, like that was like I was not super happy with this. I was not very happy when I saw this. So you're obviously basing that statement on the false information given out of context by the recent Weaverbeats video. A video which I said, do not harass this man, by the way. And honestly, I'm thinking maybe he took what I was saying the wrong way, because I was more so stating that because I don't think he's really going to quit. And you guys, don't worry, guys. Don't worry. He's not really going to quit, in my opinion. I wasn't be like, look at this guy. He's quit 2 times in the past. What a fraud. That was not the whole point of me saying that. Okay. I have once before mentioned quitting on my Golden Wings Doc motorcycle channel. So where's the lie exactly? Where's the lie exactly? Right? And if you actually watch the video and read what I wrote on the thumbnail instead of going, well, what? It says, I think I'm quitting motorcycles. Yeah, I did read it. Instead of going by the 1-second flash of thumbnail false information given by Weaverbeats. Okay. Anyways, I actually said I was quitting motorcycles after 35 years. Yeah, I feel like it was pretty fucking obvious there. I don't know what else you want from me. It says it on the thumbnail there. Like, what do you want me to, do I have to read everything on the thumbnail for the audience too? I did not say I was quitting the channel. Okay. The videos posted by Weaverbeats are a significant part of this abuse trolling problem. Now, this is the main part. This and then also the other thing here, false information, because it's not false information. I didn't say this guy's quit this channel numerous times. I didn't say that. I said he's quit numerous times in the past. You can take that however you want to. The videos posted by Weaverbeats are a significant part of this abuse trolling problem. And quite a few people who have attacked me were directly quoting things he has been saying and referencing in his videos. He apparently likes to stir up controversy in order to get clicks on videos. Now that is fucking rich coming from this guy. That is rich. The hypocrisy. The absolute hypocrisy of this here. Now, stir up controversy in order to get clicks on videos? Sir, You were the one who posted the first video about the teenage engineering copyright strike. Like, you want to talk about stirring up controversy in order to get clicks on videos? Come on, dude. Come on. Don't pretend like you weren't trying to get clicks on that video, okay? Yeah, apparently you also like it too, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just really rich for you to be saying that, okay? I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy. And honestly, at first I did write a reply here, and then I was just like, never mind. Never mind. You know what? I'll stream about this, you know? But yeah, this is apparently how the synth community is toxic. None of the real arguments are addressed here. It's kind of shameless, man. People are shameless. Bear in mind who actually presented false information in their video. Yeah.